These were your top 20 favorite beauty products of 2024. About this time every single year, I start to pull together my list for my favorite beauty products in every single category from the past year. And as I'm doing that, I like to take a look at all of the products that you guys purchased through my affiliate links to see what you were loving the absolute most. And you guys throw me for a loop every single year. I always go into this very overconfident, like I know my audience like the back of my hand. I could guess those top 20 items perfectly. And then I look at the list and I'm like, maybe not. I mean, I probably guessed like 90% of the list correctly, so it's not like I don't know you guys at all, but there are always some things thrown in there that surprise me that I didn't realize you were loving as much as you were. So that always makes this a fun video to pull together, but I also love putting this up every year because it's my way of saying thank you so much for all of your support over the past year. Whether you're someone that uses all of my affiliate links, comments on all of my videos, or just watches in silence and is kind of a silent viewer, I appreciate every single one of you so much. It really is crazy for me to think back on just a few years ago, not that long ago now, when I only had 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I will never forget that in January 2020, I wrote that down in a notebook. I was like, I had 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I never in a million years would have thought that this is where I would be almost 5 years later. And I obviously couldn't have done that without all of you guys watching my videos, supporting me, leaving sweet comments, sending me amazing messages. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Truly, I can't keep going or I'm gonna cry. I already have chills, like calm down. But really, it's not lost on me that you guys made my dreams come true. So thank you so much. Let's jump into this video. We will start with number 20, the 20th most purchased product from all of my affiliate links, and then work our way up to number 1. So your 20th favorite product of the year was the Vanicream Daily Facial Moisturizer. I was a little surprised to see that this hit the top 20 because I feel like this year I really tried to not talk about it so much. In previous years, this is something that I just raved about all the time and I was like, okay, I need to try some other moisturizers. I feel like I am a broken record about the Vanicream Daily Facial Moisturizer at this point. This is truly something I have been recommending for years. Like I have memories in every single one of my previous filming spaces in different apartments of me holding this while filming a video. It's really just one of those core staples for me that I know I can always rely on and always go back to. And I actually recently have had to do that because I have been going through it with my skin. If you follow me on Reels or TikTok, then you already know what I'm talking about. I feel like I am going through puberty again, which I know a lot of you can relate to. I saw so many comments from people being like, oh my God, this was me the second I turned 30 or 31 or, you know, whatever age it may be. A lot of people start to experience changes in their skin in this age, which I did not know until it started happening to me. I think I'm gonna end up making an entire YouTube video about it. Maybe I'll post that in like a couple of videos before the end of the year, like at the start of the year, because I don't know how I can move on with you guys knowing that I will not be using tretinoin anymore. I know, I can't even believe I'm saying that out loud. Like I literally never thought I would say those words. So stay tuned for a skin update. I'll just say right now that I'm going to plan to post that, but because of all of the issues I've been having with my skin, I've been having to pause on testing everything new and just going back to products that I know I can trust that do not break me out. And the Vanicream Daily Facial Moisturizer is one of those things. Perfection, love you so much, don't care that you're hideous, and honestly, seeing that you guys don't care that it's hideous either, like the fact that it hits top 20, even though it looks like this, I'm like, I knew you were my people. We are the kind of people that appreciate nice packaging when we have it, but if we don't, and the product itself is amazing, we will make an exception. Number 19 is the Dove Intensive Repair Shampoo. Not surprised to see this on the list whatsoever. I feel like 2024 was the year of Dove for me and for so many of you as well. Dove Intensive Repair is something that is really set apart for me from a lot of other bond repair systems I've tried, and I've tried a lot, you guys know that, because of the fact that it has reparative ingredients while being really lightweight and also still giving me a great cleanse. Those three things are not very easy to find all within the same system. In my personal experience, a lot of these reparative lines have shampoos that are very gentle and don't give the most effective cleanse for those that have a really oily scalp or just those that have a hair type that is weighed down by a creamier, thicker shampoo. So out of all of the reparative shampoos I've ever tried, this is for sure one of the absolute best when it comes to cleansing and being the least likely to weigh down your hair. And I would say that exact same thing about the conditioner as well, with the exception of the cleansing part, because obviously conditioner is not cleansing, but it is so lightweight, so much so that you're like, this doesn't seem like it's going to work well for my hair because so many reparative conditioners are thick and creamy and kind of heavy. But the Dove Intensive Repair Conditioner is truly one of the lightest weight conditioners I've tried that also somehow still does an amazing job at conditioning. Number 18 is the Cetaphil Gentle Clear Clarifying Acne Cream Cleanser. This has been my go-to shower cleanser every single morning for the past couple of years, with the exception of when I am testing other cleansers out in the morning. And whenever that happens, I swear I always get a breakout. Like every single time, I'm more likely to see clogged pores or blackheads or, actual big breakouts. And I'm like, God, I guess my skin really can't live without this one. It truly does help me. So if you are acne prone and you struggle with clogged pores, maybe texture, and you're not currently using a cleanser with salicylic acid, this is one that I would highly recommend. Oh, and if you are new here and wondering why I called this a shower cleanser, it's because I specifically like to apply this while I am in the shower because then I can leave it on my skin for a while I'm doing other things like washing my body, shaving, and then I will rinse it off after. I just feel like that gives me the best results because then I can actually allow my skin to be exposed to those ingredients for a bit longer before rinsing. Number 17 is something that really surprised me because even though I did talk about it and obviously recommend it in several videos, it's a random enough kind of product that I just didn't expect it to hit the top 20, let alone number 17. This is the Saltair Serum Deodorant with 5% AHA. Serum deodorant is the perfect way to describe this. It really does have a watery serum-like texture that, is wet for a little bit, but you can just kind of air out your pits and then it'll dry down. I personally don't use this in place of regular deodorant. I need regular deodorant, especially in the summer, which I believe is when this first launched and I was first testing it out. But what I love to do is use this underneath regular deodorant as an extra line of defense. Sure. Because this is formulated with a multi-acid blend, so it has mandelic acid, lactic acid, and polyhydroxy acid. So that's going to help with odor, with discoloration under your arms, with ingrown hairs, really a lot of different benefits from that alone. But there are other things in here that help with just the sweatiness, the oiliness, the stinkiness as well. So this also has witch hazel, niacinamide, and some hydrating calming ingredients, things like panthenol, sugar molecules. So I really loved this all summer long. I feel like it was an extra hot, humid summer this year, and this just helped a lot with the stink and sweat that could have been. This is in the fragrance Pink Beach, which is tied for the blue cap as my personal favorite scent. It's a really nice beachy fragrance, but they do have several different options if something like this is not up your alley. So yay to all of us not having smelly armpits this summer. I'm glad that we could have that experience together. Number 16 is the OGX Extra Strength Damage Remedy Plus Coconut Miracle Oil. When I think about the products that I see comments from you guys, okay, wait, how do I form this sentence? When I think about all of the products that you guys leave me comments about, there, that's better. This is hands down in the top 5. I continue to constantly see comments about this oil. Anytime I post a video where this is mentioned, I get so many comments oh my God, that oil changed everything for me. So even though this is not new news at this point, and this has been my go-to pre-shampoo oil treatment for over a couple of years now, I feel like this will continue to be one of those products that really stands out as one of your guys' favorites because of how much of a difference it's made and how your hair feels on wash day. If you need some help with pre-shampoo oil treatment application, I'm going to list my oil routine in the description box below. It actually ended up just being my pre-shampoo routine because I apply a bond repair treatment first and then this oil, but I address some of your most commonly asked questions and some of your most common concerns about applying an oil like this and how to fix those things. So if you need that, I have that available to you in the description box below. Otherwise, if you know, you know. Number 15 is something that I already had sitting on my desk because I am still using it constantly, and that is the Scinic Enjoy Super Mild Sun Essence SPF 50. This is an Asian sunscreen that I have been obsessed with for several years now. It is seriously such a beautiful sunscreen, and again, one that I continue to go back to when I feel like I just need products that I know are not going to break me out or not going to cause issue for me. I was in the process of filming a giant Asian sunscreen showdown. Some of you may have seen me alluding to that in comments on other videos. It's something that I had been working on, but did have to pause on preparing for because of the fact that I started breaking out and just having all these issues with my skin. So that's definitely something I still plan to do and will revisit in the near future, but I need to get some things figured out with my new skin prescriptions first. So until then, this is still an absolutely fabulous Asian sunscreen, one that even after that showdown, I will keep in my collection because I love, love, love it so much. And you guys obviously do too. This is the only Asian sunscreen that is in this top 20 list, so that tells you something. Number 14 is the K18 Leave-In Molecular Repair Hair Mask, which does still continue to be my personal favorite bond repair treatment if I had to pick one. I do definitely use a lot of different bond repair products at this point, whether it be a treatment like this or a shampoo, conditioner, mask system. I have personally seen amazing results in doing that and integrating bond repair into multiple points in my routine, but that is definitely not something that you have to do. So whenever I'm asked which bond repair treatment I recommend most, if I could only pick one, I always say K18. Number 13 is no surprise at all. It's probably the product line that I talked about the absolute most this year and just couldn't shut up about. It is the Dove 10-in-1 Bond Strength Serum Mask. This is right up there with the OGX coconut oil as being one of my most commented about product lines ever. And I say product lines because it's not just this mask, it is the entire line, the entire bond strength system. I have seen more comments than I can count, with more likes on those comments than I can count, about how life-changing Dove Bond Strength has been for you guys. So I just love that we all got to experience this magic together this year. Like, it really made it so much more fun falling in love with something like this and then watching you guys fall in love with it just as much as me. Number 12 is something that, you know what? I'm gonna add to my Amazon cart right now. I forgot to repurchase it after my last empties video, but it's something that I just always love to have on hand because I love it so much. It is the Elizavecca CER-100 Collagen Ceramide Coating Protein Treatment. This is a $7.40 hair mask that is incredible. I would say it feels more like a conditioner than a hair mask, but I get conditioning to the level that I would with the deepest, thickest, creamiest hair mask out there. This is just all around an amazing product for damaged hair. It's protective, it's detangling, it's softening and smoothing. My only complaint is the size. I really wish they would come out with jumbo versions because I do go through it pretty quickly and have to repurchase often, but it's fine. It's super affordable. It's more of just like a convenience thing. I'm like, I don't care if it's triple this price because it'll still be affordable. I would love one that is triple the size. Otherwise, size aside, everything else about the product is perfect. Number 11 is the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day Heat Styling Spray. This very quickly became my holy grail heat protectant for when I need something that is dry. So it's a dry aerosol, it's not a wet mist, making it really nice for when you need to restyle your hair between washes because it's not gonna re-wet your hair. Or even if you just don't want to heat style on the same day that you wash it and you want to wait a couple days, then you can use this and you get that additional heat protection that way. I was originally going to do a video testing out a bunch of dry aerosol heat protectants, trying to figure out my favorite one. But the more I tested, the more I realized how superior this one was. So I was like, I don't even feel like I need to do that because this is just the best. So for those of you that have been asking what happened to that video and if I'm still planning on doing it, at this point in time, I'm not, because I'm just like, everything I've tried is just not as good as this, doesn't make my hair as smooth as this. But if you're still dying to see a video like that, where I review a bunch of dry aerosol heat protectants, let me know in the comments below. Maybe just like one person comment it, and if you see it, give it a thumbs up. And then that can help me to gauge the level of interest. But otherwise, as of now, I'm like, I don't feel like we need it. But let me know, whatever you guys want, of course, always. Number 10 is the Dove Bond Strength Shampoo. I don't need to spend much time here since we already did that with the mask, but I did want to quickly say, if you are curious to know the difference between the Intensive Repair Shampoo and the Bond Strength Shampoo, or I guess the lines in general, these have the exact same strengthening and reparative ingredients with the exception of the additional peptide that was added to the Bond Strength system that you will not find in Intensive Repair. So you'll still get repair with the Intensive Repair line, it's just that Bond Strength is like their next step up from that. And Bond Strength is also incredibly lightweight, but Intensive Repair, I would say, is still the lightest weight option. So if you were torn between the two, hopefully that helps to guide you a little bit. Number 9 was very surprising for me. I'm like, how did this break the top 10? I don't feel like I talked about it that much because it's something that I was just starting to test out myself a couple of months ago. Was it a couple months ago? I have no concept of time this year. Well, or ever, but especially this year. Number 9 is the Beauty of Joseon Ginseng and Retinol Revive Eye Serum. So this is a really lightweight gel-like eye cream that has 10% Panax ginseng root extract and 2% retinol liposome. I've really been enjoying this. This was kind of like the start for me of wanting to really get back into Asian skincare and like testing out all of these different products. And that is when my skin exploded. So I am relieved that while I can't really use anything else that I bought, I can continue to use this because it's an eye cream and it's not breaking me out. Number 8 is the Living Proof Triple Bond Complex Hair Strengthener, which I will say is one of the products that I feel I get the most mixed reviews on in comments. Like, there are some where I'm like, it's pretty much resoundingly positive. This one I feel is really mixed, and I think that there's a couple different common themes that I see with it. So one of the questions that I often get asked about this specific product is, why does it make my hair feel like dry and crispy? And I personally found that when I used too much product and then did not blow dry my hair after using it, that is what caused that for me. That was a couple years ago when I was first testing this product out. So it's not like that's an issue that I continue to have. Now that I know exactly how much to use for my hair type and the amount of hair that I have and that I need to blow dry, I never have issues. It always makes my hair feel great, but I wanted to give you guys that tip in case that is something that you're still having an issue with. So for my entire head of hair, like thickness and length, I still have been using 4 pumps. I have recently been like, do I need to increase that a little bit? Because when I first started using this, my hair was definitely several inches shorter. So I might add a little bit more and kind of play around with it in the future. But that's the amount that I have been using over the past couple of years, and that never makes my hair feel dry. Number 7, of course, I knew this would be in the lineup, is the Pureology Color Fanatic Multitasking Leave-In Spray. Just like with K18, I have a pretty big collection of leave-in conditioning sprays that I really love and would recommend, but if I could only pick one, it would still be this. There's just nothing quite like you. This one, I'm like, number 6, the Juicy Pang Jelly Blushers by the brand who I don't know how to pronounce. Apiu. Achoo. I'm not funny. So I fell in absolute love with these blushes this year. Oh my God. These are Korean beauty blushes that are just insanely gorgeous. I'm gonna try to show you all the colors at once. Here they are in all their beauty. Gorgeous. And this has the coolest formula ever because it is one of those kind of like squishy, putty blushes. But in my experience in testing putty-like products like this, so many of them end up being really dry or flat or matte or chalky. This is none of those things. I just filmed a TikTok about this and I was like, this is like your skin but better in a blush. And like, I just could not agree with that more. It's silky, it's satiny, and it has the most beautiful skin-like finish ever. There are only 5 shades available in this formula, so I'm really hoping they come out with more in the future because I feel like a couple of them end up looking really similar on the cheeks. There's one, where'd it go? This orange one that I don't end up using that often. So, oh my God, I would die for like 100 more shades. I'd buy them all. We have hit the top 5. Number 5 is a skincare product. Can you guess? It is the Prequel Gleanser. There are a handful of products that once I try them, I am so just like mesmerized by them that I don't want to use anything else in that same category, and this is one of those things. Prequel Gleanser makes me not want to use any other cleansers because of how incredible it feels. It has a really hydrating gel-like kind of almost, it's like half aloe vera, half snail mucin, half something else, which would make that a third. It's a really unique jelly-like texture because of the fact that it has 50% glycerin in it. It's incredibly hydrating. I just love this. And they did come out with a salicylic acid version. I was like getting ready to start just exclusively testing that when my skin exploded. So I was like, okay, let's pause on switching things up like that. But I did want to mention that in case this is a cleanser that you also love and you're interested in having the exact same thing, but with salicylic acid, that exists now. Also, I saw that Prequel recently launched in Target, which is amazing. So this is now super accessible. Number 4 was so surprising to me. I mean, thinking back on it, I'm like, I guess it shouldn't be because of the results that I showed you guys from it, but like, number 4, it's the Nioxin Ultimate Power Serum. So this is a leave-on scalp treatment that is specifically designed to reduce excess shedding and actually keep your hair anchored in its follicle so that it doesn't prematurely fall out or shed. Like the falling out would be the shed. And the before and after results I just mentioned were actually my sister-in-law's. So she texted me maybe like a year and a half ago, like, oh my God, look at how thin my hair is looking around my temples. She was just noticing a lot of thinning in that area around her hairline, excess shedding, and was freaking out because her wedding was coming up that year, and of course didn't want to be worried about that on our wedding day. So given the fact that her shedding was more so like stress related and not really linked to anything like, let's say, female pattern hair loss or alopecia, where I would consider recommending something like minoxidil or finasteride, I told her to pick this up. I felt the most confident in this given her concerns, and the results didn't disappoint. She saw an amazing increase in fullness in that hairline in the areas that were previously thinning, so I was super excited to see those results and just really impressed, which is why I continue to recommend this. It's not something that I personally need to use in my routine because I'm not experiencing excess shedding right now, but if that is something that I started to notice, 100% this is what I'd pick up first. Number 3 is the SkinSmart Antimicrobial Facial Cleanser, which is a hypochlorous acid mist. For a long time, it seemed like the only option for getting a hypochlorous acid facial mist was the Tower 28 spray. That one was really popular for a long time, but is pricier. Let me look that up. That one is $28 for 4 ounces, and this one is $17 for 8 ounces. So it's a much more affordable option for something that not only helps to prevent breakouts, but has a lot of other benefits as well. I feel like people don't really realize that hypochlorous acid is a multi-benefit ingredient. So in addition to being really helpful in an acne fighting regimen, it's also shown to be beneficial in promoting wound healing, calming, soothing. It's antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, which is why I actually think that this would be an awesome thing to incorporate into a scalp care routine for those that have scaly, flaky conditions that are due to an overgrowth of yeast or fungus. So definitely not just something that is only for breakouts. Okay, product number 2 makes me actually so excited. I know that sounds kind of darky, but like I feel like this right here represents how far we have come in accepting drugstore hair care. But it wasn't that long ago that products like this were just like a no-no. They were not accepted. If I talked about something like this, the comments would be overwhelmingly negative. Like, this would get you shunned. And I'm talking as recently as like a couple of years ago. So to see how much the tone has changed around products like this, I just think is so cool. So with that being said, the Pantene Volume and Body Shampoo was your second favorite product of 2024. And I wholeheartedly agree with this choice. This was everything people hated in a shampoo. It's Pantene, it's drugstore, it's affordable, it has sulfates. Recommending this felt like climbing Mount Everest for a while until it didn't, and until people started trying it and leaving comments on my videos like, wait, what? That shampoo has changed everything for me. I used to have to wash my hair every single day, and now I don't have to do that anymore. Oh my God, my scalp has never felt cleaner. I could sit here and list off comments I've seen like that about Pantene Volume and Body for the next 2 hours. Okay, maybe not 2 hours, it's kind of dramatic, but like for a long time, this really has changed the game for so many people, and that makes me so excited because wow, as someone that also has gone through this transition of using shampoos that just didn't work for my scalp and hair and left me feeling itchy and uncomfortable and looking and feeling really greasy and just like everything gross, you know what I'm talking about, to now having, oh my God, like roots that feel fresh. This was never a thing for me before. And it's really all because of shampoos like this. My scalp's never been happier, my hair's never been happier, and so many of you feel the same, obviously, because it's number 2. Product number 1, your favorite product of 2020 is something that of 2020? Girl, that was almost 5 years ago. Oh no. Your favorite product of 2024, okay, is something that I definitely thought would be in the top 20, but didn't think it would be number 1. It is the Epres Bond Repair Treatment. What I think really sets this Bond Repair Treatment apart is the fact that it's a spray. There's nothing else quite like this. Well, Pantene now has a strengthening bond repair spray, but that's something that you use post-shower, and this is pre-wash. So there's really nothing else exactly like this out there, and I just think that it's the best way to ensure that you're covering as much of your hair as evenly as possible. Like when you compare how you apply a product like this to something like K18 or Living Proof, there's just no way that you can get products like that to apply to your hair as evenly as something like Epres, when you can spray this all over and you have full control of where this lands. So I love that about this treatment, and I love the fact that it also seems to be one of the only bond repair treatments that isn't something that is also conditioning, that seems to give people immediate results. Like I've definitely seen a lot of comments from people saying, this was the thing that made the most noticeable difference in my hair. as quick as possible. This is not at all sponsored, but something that I didn't realize that I had was a 20% off discount for Epres. So I'll just give you like a little bit of influencer behind the scenes. So there are these affiliate sites where you can make your affiliate links. And one of the ones that I use has like a way for brands to message you and like offer you maybe a temporary discount code or like tell you about a sale going on. I had no idea that they had set up a discount code through that platform for you guys to get 20% off of this treatment. So wanted to make sure that I was calling that out because I don't have that for K18 or Living Proof. I will be sure to list that in the description boxes of all of my videos moving forward with like all of my discount codes. There's a link in there that you can click and it'll list all the discount codes that I have. I'll make sure to put it there. Again, not sponsored at all. They have no idea I'm bringing that up because I had no idea I even had that. So now that I know, I'm excited to let you guys know that. All right, you guys, those were your top 20 most purchased products through my affiliate links in 2024. I loved talking through all of this with you guys. It's just really fun to like look at everything that you guys are also loving, think back on the things that we talked about all year long, and also get excited for what's to come in 2025. Thank you again so much for your support throughout the past year, for purchasing through my affiliate links, for watching my videos. I seriously love the freaking heck out of you guys. You don't even know. Make sure that you're subscribed to my channel if you're not already so that you don't miss my next upload. It'll be up in a few days, but until then, I hope you have a great few days.